Once upon a time, on a peaceful farm nestled amidst lush green meadows, a mother duck sat patiently on her nest, waiting for her eggs to hatch. One by one, the eggs cracked open, revealing fluffy yellow ducklings that chirped and waddled around their mother. However, one egg remained unhatched, and it was larger than the rest with a peculiar, speckled shell. Finally, it cracked, and out came a duckling that was unlike the others. Instead of soft yellow feathers, this duckling was big, awkward, and covered in gray down. The other ducklings stared at him in confusion, whispering among themselves about how strange he looked. Mother Duck, though surprised, loved him just the same and led her brood to the pond for their first swim. Despite his best efforts, the little gray duckling couldn't escape the ridicule of the farm animals. The chickens cackled, the cows muttered, and even the farmers' children laughed at his appearance. "Look at that ugly little thing," they would say, their words piercing his tender heart. Feeling out of place and unloved, the duckling decided to leave the farm in search of a place where he might belong. He waddled into the woods, where the tall trees whispered softly in the wind, offering a faint sense of comfort. The duckling came across a group of wild ducks and approached them timidly, hoping for acceptance. But they, too, mocked him, telling him he didn't belong. Rejected and lonely, the duckling continued his journey, wandering through fields and forests as the days grew colder. Winter descended with its icy grip, and the duckling struggled to survive, shivering in the biting wind and scavenging for scraps of food. Often, he would see his reflection in frozen ponds and turn away, his heart heavy with sadness at his own appearance. One day, during the harsh winter, he saw a flock of magnificent white birds flying gracefully across the sky. Their long necks and dazzling plumage shimmered in the sunlight, and their calls sounded like music to his ears. The duckling admired them from afar, his heart aching with a deep yearning. "If only I could be like them," he thought. Despite his struggles, the sight of those birds gave him a glimmer of hope, a dream of something better. As spring arrived, the world came alive with warmth and color. The duckling, now older and stronger, ventured to a large, sparkling lake surrounded by blooming flowers. When he gazed at the water, he saw his reflection and froze in shock. Staring back at him was not the awkward gray figure he remembered, but a majestic white bird with long, graceful wings and a sleek neck. He didn't understand until a group of swans glided toward him, welcoming him warmly. "Welcome, young swan," one of them said. The duckling, now realizing he was not a duck at all, could hardly believe his ears. He had spent his life feeling ugly and unworthy, but he had been a swan all along. Overwhelmed with joy, he spread his newfound wings and joined the flock as they soared into the sky. For the first time, he felt a true sense of belonging and pride in who he was. From that day forward, the swan lived a life filled with grace and happiness, never forgetting the struggles that had shaped him. He learned that true beauty lies not in how others see you, but in embracing your true self. The swan, once the ugly duckling, became a symbol of resilience and self-discovery, a reminder that even the most difficult journeys can lead to extraordinary transformations.